and I've lived here the majority of my life. So I think it's, after the pandemic and the amount of growth that Kootenai County has seen, we need to put more effort into creating sustainable community city centers. Right now we're sitting in the city center of Post Falls. It was created back in 2005 by Welch Comer out of Coeur d'Alene. And since then it really hasn't developed a ton. There's quite a few ambitious entrepreneurs that have seen the possibilities, but up till the last couple years there really hasn't been a ton of development here. So the city actually put together an urban renewal district. This is an urban renewal district, so that's its own separate agency. And it's also an opportunity zone. So we're starting to see some different programs are available to developers to try to give the city some kind of city center hub. Post Falls is one of the fastest growing cities in Kootenai County, and they really don't have a central hub to create a sense of cohesive community. So it's pretty amazing to see what's happening in this downtown city center area. Yeah, I mean, Avista invested in this, and many of us don't know about it. So it's time to start putting a little more effort and emphasis into some of the natural amenities of this city center so that Post Falls and the community of Post Falls can start utilizing it. I think it's a little more walking area, biking area, try to promote activity. I mean, that's a large part of our demographic in North Idaho, and that's what's attractive of this area is the natural amenities. So I do think that with some of the plans that the city has put in place in their code, having large sidewalks, having designated biking areas, I definitely think they're trying to promote active living. I mean, we just saw somebody working out right over here. We see people walking their dogs. We see people riding their bikes. We see them running. We need more of that though. After the pandemic and the amount of growth that Kootenai County has seen, we need to put more effort into creating sustainable community city centers. And Post Falls needs it more than anybody. And they did a good job of putting together a vision for this, but it's up to the community, it's up to developers to make their vision come true. So it's time for us to implement and promote and do the right thing for the community. There's no true kind of boardwalk community type city center, and that's the vision of this. There's a lot of industrial, there's a lot of companies moving into Post Falls, there's a lot of large residential developments, but where are they spending their time? They're going into Coeur d'Alene, which is great, but there needs to be some other options. The Falls Park has some of those type of attributes, but I think you're going to see more commercial happening off of Spokane Street. And then there's strategic gathering areas like this, that you can have farmers markets, you can have live music, you can have different events and draw people into the community, which stimulates economy within this district. I would imagine that they're utilizing this. I did see that they do some live music occasionally down here. I don't know how well it's promoted to draw in an audience, but how long did it take for McEwen to mature? I mean, not super long, but took a little bit of time to be fully accepted and fully utilized. Now it's amazing. I think we would really need to try to create an active environment. So a combination of the river, biking, boating, hiking across the way, rock climbing. There's so many natural amenities here that we can leverage. And if you bring in employment opportunities into the area, whether that's through, some medical, restaurants, hospitality, whatever that may be, to draw in more people, I think that's what you're talking about, the Kendall Yards, the Riverstones, where they've kind of completed the link, where they've drawn people in and employment in and residential in, and now they're utilizing some of the natural amenities around. So I think it needs to be a combination of bringing in the community, also creating employment, and I think you'll see both of those groups of people utilizing some of these natural amenities more. Right to this, essentially this rim rock right here, and that's all the landings up in that zone, and there's a fair amount of future plans there that are going to stimulate some growth in the area and create some commercial bars, restaurants. So there's some positive growth going there that's going to benefit everyone. And then you've got the old mill site. This is an old mill site. Frederick Post, a German that migrated here, and he started a mill. This is an old mill site, and it's now being revitalized. So yeah, Frederick Post, Post Falls. You want to go park in the Templin's parking next to it that has the marina, and we can kind of peek down at the river and the marina. Let's go up there and check out the Templin's area. Does not look operable at the moment, does it? You don't see anything that's abandoned to this level anywhere. Have you seen anything quite abandoned like this? No, not really. This much potential, and it's central to a large population. Yep, you can see it, but yeah, there's just no significant effort to bring in the community. I do not believe we have a restaurant that we could enjoy a drink on the patio of a restaurant and watch our kids play in the water, play in the beach. No, we have nothing like that. Yeah, no, there's all kinds of possibilities with this. This could be a very good family gathering area as well. Restaurant, beach, activities, rentals. Yeah, this could be pretty incredible. Oh boy, man. Can you imagine if there was some kid programs for kids on the beach, a lifeguard on duty, some different programs out here to draw people in. Small sailboats that you can rent. Sailboat, maybe you get involved with North Idaho College and the Outdoor Pursuits program and do different things to bring people in. This is the marina that's attached to the Templin's property. hospitality. Then you've got 9.92 acres of commercial adjacent to it that's connected to the Templins property. And then you have roughly 170 boat slips in the marina as well that are fully occupied with potential room for growth on the slips. So they're saying that there could be like a 20 to 30% increase of slips if somebody was wanting to invest into the slips. So yeah, it's an extremely unique piece of property. There's just not many commercially zoned chunks of land on the water in Kootenai County anymore. There's just not. Most of it's residential. And yeah, it's an extremely unique opportunity. So, and it actually could be a catalyst to some of the things that are happening in the city center. I mean, can you imagine showing up on your boat at a public dock, essentially, and walking up to the city center and going to a restaurant up there if you didn't want to go to a restaurant right here on the water? So this is a good way to really expedite the city center vision and create a walking community between people having fun on the water to let's go up to some shops on Spokane Street, let's go have a drink, let's go have dinner, whatever it may be. So this would really bring the city center vision together. It would mature it very quickly. So yeah, it's an extremely valuable chunk of land for the community. You're not dealing with the waves of Lake Coeur d'Alene, the weekend traffic on the water. Yeah, it's a lot more quiet. And if there was more to offer here, this would be a pretty social environment over here.